deviation from the norm this summer, King Charles has decided not to go to Balmoral Castle, which had particular meaning for his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The pair will instead spend their time in Birkhall, a smaller private property on the Balmoral estate that has evolved into a beloved refuge for them, until the autumn. This summer will see an unprecedented vacancy at the famed and adored royal home of Balmoral Castle, as the first time in generations the monarch will not be physically residing there. Balmoral has a special place in the heart of the late Queen Elizabeth II, who made it a point to visit Scotland at year's end and spend the night there. She tragically passed suddenly at Balmoral in September 2022 at the age of 96, which makes the choice to defy convention all the more meaningful. The King's passionate speech has an unspoken motivation, but it appears that Birkhall's recollection is what ultimately led to his choice. Birkhall, a location they now regard as extremely precious, had hosted the couple for a sizable amount of the coronavirus lockdown. With the Queen Mother's passing in 2002, King Charles acquired this estate, and he and Queen Camilla now use it as a place of solace and rest. The King and Queen will live in Birkhall most of the time during this time, but they will still utilize Balmoral Castle for formal events, inviting distinguished visitors such as Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and Scottish First Prime Minister Hamza Yusuf. In addition, other members of the royal family will go to Balmoral for their own visits in August, upholding a treasured tradition in the midst of introspection. King Charles's choice to forego the yearly visit to the Castle of May, another cherished unfinished home that formerly belonged to his late mother, is a reflection of the emotional strain this summer has placed on him. Instead, he intends to divide his time between Birkhall and Balmoral while juggling work obligations and introspection. Former royal butler Grant Harold provided insight into the emotional importance of Balmoral to King Charles. The late Queen spent her final hours and made many of her most treasured memories at the castle in addition to saying her last goodbye there. The King, like anybody who has experienced bereavement, is well aware of the strong emotional bond his mother had with Balmoral, making this summer a particularly difficult moment for him. King Charles will probably put on a strong face and continue to hide the emotions that undoubtedly run rampant inside of him. The royal family might gather there to find solace and support for one another in addition to serving as a symbol of monarchy. The Queen's absence will also surely have a significant impact on the Balmoral workers, who have formed a close connection with the family. The fact that King Charles decided to defy convention and spend this summer at Birkhall reveals the close emotional bond he has with the estate, which was the late Queen's favorite getaway. Although Balmoral carries painful memories that will likely tug at the King's heartstrings, he will persevere in order to keep the royal family's morale high and together during this difficult period.